Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again from a long time off from YouTube. Did a lot of reading, watched a lot of you guys' videos, and learned a lot about things. Couple things here that I wanted to go over with you guys. I want to talk to you in regards to what happens to the magnetic energy when it's being pushed around in a field. If you notice here, I got this copper tubing that just goes around the wheel, which the wheel pretty much is north, south, north, south, north, south. I got a voltmeter here. You can see it doing its own thing. There's nothing hooked up to it. I got the positive on one end of that tubing, and I got the negative going to the body of my Edley Escalon wheel here. Then I also have a battery cable connecting the block to ground. So what I wanted to show you guys, I've learned so much about things, and we're not going to be able to capture all this on 20 videos, but we'll start going back. I'll start posting new videos now with you guys. And right now I'm going to show you guys, when you spin a wheel, this wheel, it creates a magnetic force on the outside of the wheel. And what happens on any kind of magnetic force, if you also have a copper wire or tubing spinning with the magnetic force, what happens to the centrifugal force of the wheel turning, it pushes out the energy, magnetic energy, into the wire, and then it causes the energy in the wire to become electric. So if you look at the voltmeter here, she's sitting at some numbers there. I'm just spinning, and you can see I got this hooked up on millivolts DC, and pretty much when you get things in motion, you can see that I don't want to spin it too hard because I have a lot of things loosened up here. I'm going to get back showing you guys some of the things I've learned and teach you guys about a lot of different things. So you can see that there's a lot of energy running through the copper wire even when she's sitting. I'm going to change the voltmeter over to AC, and it's running AC right now, and you can still see it changing. And as you spin it, you'll see it increase. You see the numbers jumping up. Sometimes it gets too much. Uh-oh, we got a knockoff. So anyway, been watching a lot of you guys' videos. You guys are moving along pretty good. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Deets. Give a shout out to my buddy Clay. Give a shout out to who else? Mike from Space. Give a shout out to Mr. Angus the Wangus up there in the Yukon area. Mr. Angus, will apologize for the comment I left you 4 months ago. Haven't heard any of your new videos. Excited to see what you got coming out. Because, yes, the 555, yes, Amat, Yes, 2 capacitors. Bam! What could we be working on? That's next in a couple more videos. Got my little tower there. That's going to be my Tesla's coil. Also, I got some of the capacitors, my PMH, loads of copper, loads of parts. Got my Bulldog Alex. Got my schematics for my Edley Escalon wheel with 2 capacitors. I'll show you guys how to make this machine run. I got it all down. The main thing is though, this switches back to DC here. Of course, bam, we're just going over the limit here. So I probably get out of milliamps, go to volts. I just wanted to show you guys because basically if you take any loop of copper wire and you run it parallel in a axle alongside a magnetic field, it will push the magnetic field into the copper or aluminum, and also what it'll do, it'll drive it to force the energy out. A couple things we're going to be talking about in the near future is how to take small doses of voltage like milliamps and how we're going to go ahead and pulse it, extreme it with high voltage from low voltage, and then we're going to store it, release it, send it back to my wheel, and then on top of that we have some solar. I got a solar panel pushing out 18 volts with no current because solar panel does not have current, but I'm able to pulse it, concentrate it, throw it out in high voltage, then I'm able to time it with my capacitors. Anyway, so I've been off for a while, guys. It feels good to be back. Done a lot of reading, lots of reading. And I just am excited to show you guys this wheel turning. And on top of the wheel turning, it ain't just about the wheel turning. It's about vortexes and vertical magnetic lines and vortexes of magnetic also. And how to run simultaneously with DC pulse and also AC current running side by side. And also, one thing that I found out, I'm going to teach you guys how you could add a third ground and what the third ground does when you go to take a positive charge and slam it into a negative charge. But when you slam it into a negative charge, I learned some secrets on how to take that area when you're slamming 2 charges together, to take that area and have it become it defies gravity. Like basically when you slam the 2 charges together, you'll see that the area that I have slamming together will float stuff and levitate stuff. And there's a reason why 2 grounds are very important. And that's one of the things I wanted to show all you guys. And then also for a lot of people out there who are just starting, I want to teach you how to not only break down the 555 circuit, but also break down what happens to stuff when it's concentrated, not concentrated, has current, has no amperage, the whole 9 yards. And I learned so much, guys. I'm excited. And a lot of it has to do with Tesla. A lot of it has to do with Edley Escalon. A lot of it has to do with Maxwell. A lot of it has to do with some of Edison, which nobody even talks about, some of the things that Edison and Franklin, Ben Franklin, and just a lot of understudies who were out there working on a lot of projects. So anyway, you guys have a good night. I'm excited to be back in action. I just needed some time to learn a lot more of what I didn't know. You guys have a great day. Thank you.